This is the current state of the once accessible and appealing water body full of aquatic life. But how did Chemuna transform over the years?
And people have been coming to fish inside. But all of a sudden, they stopped coming there. Because they told us there is something inside the lagoon.
How did the Chemu lagoon change all of a sudden to its current state?
Formerly it's a big lagoon. It's a big one. And people have been coming to fish inside. But we don't know. We don't know what has happening. And all of a sudden, it has changed. If there is some customer rights for us to do, we don't know.
Don't you think that your subjects have contributed to its current state? Because we were there and we saw people dumping refuse along the banks of the lagoon, and people also, excuse my language, easing themselves in there.
Yes, that's what I told you from onwards, that we don't know whether there is some customary rights for us to do. All these people who have been coming to ease themselves inside, we have talked to them several times, but they are still doing it. And that is not fine. Yesterday, like this, when they were doing Amasowa, AMA man, when he was doing this thing, he said he have seen all these things, that dumping of refuse is not good for rivers. So we don't know whether the AMA people will come and do something for us.
Chemuna is one of the over 90 coastal lagoons fringed by intertidal zone and in some places by mangrove swamps along Ghana's coastal line. This lagoon formed part of the important vulnerable ecosystems housing a wide variety of fish, shrimps, crabs and other aquatic species. It was recognized both nationally and internationally as a migratory waterbird habitat that serves as nursery areas for juveniles of marine fish and shrimp. The lagoon, which has a permanent opening to the sea, has lost its glory. It is fed with drains from most part of the capital. In fact, it collects water from over 4 municipalities, including the Ablekuma South, West, and North municipalities. A constant flow of water in this basin could prevent perennial flooding in its catchment areas Mamprobi, Choko, Shiabu, Banana in Glife, and some parts of Dansuman. Whilst we accuse government of failing to desilt this water body, human activities along drains have largely contributed to the woes of residents here.
Most of the time, every day, you see them, not only the tricycles and the baller cars, but the individuals also used to come and pour rubbish here each and every day. Instead of them putting it into the bin, they throw it into the river. But this is the case whereby if you go and talk, they will be insulting you and saying all sorts of trash on you. So it's like nobody is, concerned about what is going on, because if you go and say it, someone can even stand up and tell you anything she or she feels to tell you. So that's what has been going on here for a very long time. They have been throwing rubbish here day in and day out.
It's very true. When it's raining, people around, whatever garbage they have in their houses, they rush to dump it with the thinking that it will flow into the sea. And as the waves always bounce the water back, it doesn't go into the sea. So the Metropolitan Assembly, the mayor, need to pay more attention here than the source where they feel it is bringing the garbage here. It's better they come to continue from where the former president, His Excellency Mills, ended. You can see they ended the bridge here. Nothing is done down.
I found empty waste containers that could hold a chunk of refuse here. So, why do residents choose to dump in the river?
One, ebi wo a onipa no odwen se ode bebola ne ba obetua nti imagine obesora imagine tem ode begu wenu no ko ebe sunsu won so a gata ne nchenchen gata say gata na kasa mu na si nti won amu benben won ebi mu adwen ye won se some de bola ne gu nchen no mo hye a sensuo no to a enti mi monfra emma wenti esa no mo hye won chenchen.
The Zoom lions were here and they were going from house to house telling them to take in one dam, one bin, refuse dam, and some were refusing to take it. So I think it doesn't help us. All of us have to make up our mind to take it because it helps. At least if it's within you, you put it in your bin. When they come for it, then they go for it, then they send it away. They just come and then put it there and then they go. They don't do anything about it. And I think they should more often come for it, or at least once in a week. They should always come for it. But it's once in a while that they come for it. And you can see the bin is food there. So when they come, they just drop it on the floor and go.
I think it's their behavior. It will be very difficult for them to change because it's been here since we started saying around. So it's going to be very difficult for them to change. And sometimes they'll feel like it's very small rubbish. Why don't I throw it here? Very late. Why don't I? So it piles up and then it causes the flooding around.
There are 4 schools dotted along Chemuna. The lives of these pupils are at risk should there be any outbreak of disease.
And the way the thing is, it's a little bit scary. It's a little bit scary.
How scary is it?
For instance, let's say if there is an outbreak of cholera, like those around, most of them are being attacked with such diseases most at times. And it also, most of the kids around in the community going to hospital, others lose their lives and things. There's a whole lot.
So what has this school in its own way done about this?
Okay, in our settling here, the first when we came here, there was no any dustbin like around out where to dump refuse, and so the whole place, people just gather rubbish and come and dump it around. But by His grace, we wrote to AMA. We've been going there, talking to the officials there, and by His grace, we had the dustbin.
Apart from the health implications, perennial flooding here puts the lives of the young and old in danger. A mother narrates how she nearly lost her child due to the flood.
Yes, mom, choco. And almost 3. Into almost by sending Sony and 2 nearby and away so through. And to Janahona Papa be so in Sasso the neighbor. Into other neighbor, I can't no more drain the penna. I didn't coffin no free penna, I didn't boo ye. Then so they didn't call ye. Adriana Dassono, breaking a Dasson, a move me and I didn't call ye. It's after, oh yeah, oh Gina no shabby, Sana breaking a senna, after none of people. No, so.
From conversations I've had with residents here, so many factors have contributed to the pollution of this once vibrant lagoon, Chemuna. They have proffered some solutions that, if government implement, will get this river body to its once natural state. We hope authorities are taking note to implement these measures for this area to be a flood-free area. My name is Kojo Ajman reporting for City News.